Here, with this last team that will present, again, until we get into our Q&A session, we have what we kind of been waiting for, to actually see side by side Israeli and Palestinians who are working together on that same initiative. Gilad Yisraeli joined this program way back when at the beginning with his WeBus idea, an idea that already had a team behind it and some initial traction in the marketplace. He's been joined by Abdallah Qasem, who's one of his programmers and will be here to share the story of WeBus, and again, what it is that we intend to see in terms of its growth. WeBus.
Hi, I'm Gilad from WeBus. When I was a student, it took me 45 minutes on average to get to the university, between half an hour and 1 hour. So I had to go out from my home 1 hour before the lecture. Now, it takes approximately 10 to 15 minute stops with a taxi. So I thought there is a big gap between the slow and cheap public transportation and the taxi, the fast taxi that I can't afford. And this problem is the problem of many, many people between the cheap and slow and the fast and expensive. There is a huge gap. And this is also the opportunity. If we can provide something in the middle, something that will be affordable, yet much faster, that's going to be something many people would want to use. For example, in Bogota, Colombia, 64% of the population using public transportation. And the public transportation is rated as one of the worst among dozens of cities, according to the Deloitte survey. And there are 21% using ride-hailing or taxis, meaning a lot of people had enough of public transportation and they are willing to pay for a personal driver to ride them along. So we estimate that if we can bring something much faster than public transportation, yet more affordable, we can attract more than 20% of the population in Bogota. So this is our solution. We are taking taxis and we're doing carpooling on taxis. So the taxi is shared, people are splitting the fee among different passengers, therefore getting a fast ride at an affordable price. This is the sweet spot.
Okay, we have passengers app that allows our customers or our passengers to pick a ride and to go from A to B. We have driver app, we have a management interface in order to show our services areas and our times. We have flexible pricing, we have flexible routing in real-time demand. We also have algorithms to connect our passengers with optimal groups.
So our business model is a win-win situation. We have payment per ride. So if you will take, for example, regular taxi, let's say a passenger order a taxi, pays $10, the driver gets $9.50, and the app's commission is $0.50. So what we do is that we take 3 passengers, each one of them pays half the price, not a third, $5 each, $15 total. The driver earns $12, and we take a commission of $3, a very high commission because of this win-win situation we created. Our sales and marketing is astonishing. Our marketing channels within field activities and online that helped us gain customers in Israel at a cost of $14 per customer. And our projections for these customers is to have a $113 lifetime value per customer, meaning 8 times the customer acquisition cost. Our competitive landscape, we have many competitors across the world, but most of them are not in every location. These are local competitors. So in most places where we will go, we will have no competitors or very few. But on a global scale, for example, Uber Pool is the most similar service where one driver is riding several passengers in a shared route. But instead of saving money for someone who rides an Uber, we are focused on people who are not using ride hailing or using taxis today and help them save time, improve transportation, improve their quality of lives in a manner that is affordable for them. So we are adjusted for this audience, which is a much larger audience, flexible audience, and that this offer suits them. So if we take, again, the example of Bogota, Colombia, you can see that the competition is very low on the shared rides in Bogota. You have the competition of regular public transportation, mainly. Our competitive edge is the first mover's advantage. Where we go inside a certain area, a city, for example, and we connect people and create a network effect, then if someone tries to compete, it's harder to compete with the existing network effect. And that is the competitive edge that we have in every place that we will go first. Our team is combined of Israelis and Palestinians working together side by side. We have in our team also urban planners, and also in the investors, we have urban planners who believe in this startup and are coming from this world. Our advisors have a lot of experience. For example, Lior Sion has established a startup that is worth today over $1 million in the field of transportation deliveries.
We have an app and a service that's up and running, and we have approximately 1,000 customers. Your investment will help us to develop our automation, our algorithm, and our passengers app, and more engaging features.
Also, in terms of marketing, you will help us in your investment to expand to 4 other cities in Israel, and within half a year after investment to 2 or 3 cities around the world, and keep on expanding worldwide. Our capital requirements is that we are raising up to $1 million that will be invested in R&D, brand marketing, business management, and development. So let's help millions to save time and save money. Invest today in the next transportation revolution.
Thank you, WeBus. Very exciting. Abdallah, Gilad, we love what you're doing. We're looking forward to seeing what's next.
Now for our last team, WeBus, Gilad and Abdallah. They're quite special entrepreneurs. They have vast experience in both the social and the tech initiatives. As mobility is one of the key businesses or industries that are growing constantly. They're expected to grow by 2030 to up to $40 billion. We are sure that in the short term that we will see Gilad and his dedicated team, which includes some of the best minds in the industry, taking an active position alongside the companies like Waze and Move It. The future of mobility is here.
Thank you guys for joining us. You're welcome. Very excited to see the teamwork, have you guys here, and really, Gilad, we've seen you over the course of this process, bringing on new team members. Always great to see a new face. So thank you guys for joining us again. Lisa, if you got something, a question or a comment, we're going to ask you after this team to really summarize for everything. So if you wanted to keep your comments for then, great. If you have something for now, also wonderful. Go ahead.
How
Lisa.
much, what was your ask, guys? I didn't catch that.
What did you ask for?
Oh, we are asking for up to $1 million.
And do you see yourselves as like the new concept of moving people around as Uber kind of killed the taxi business? Are you thinking you're going to kill the Uber business with this? I have to also one comment. When I was in Marrakesh, they do this kind of not regulated, but that's what they do. The guy I was in the car with got a phone call from a friend. He's like, do you mind? My friend's on the corner. Can we stop and pick him up and drop him off on our way to where we're going? I'm like, sure. So it's an idea and a concept that I've actually experienced. I think is fantastic.
Yeah, I think many people experience it. I don't know if we will kill Uber. I won't say that, but the idea is that there is a big gap, as I said, between the cheap and the slow and the fast and expensive. And Uber is basically the majority of the services that Uber gives are fast and expensive. Maybe they are a little bit cheaper than taxis, but still it's the level of a taxi, maybe 20% cheaper, 10% cheaper. What we want to do is that the sharing economy will make it much cheaper. And also, unlike Uber Pool, what we do is that we are more adjusted for people who are more flexible, people who are looking for more sharing opportunities. And this is a great, what we're looking to do is to lead the way of sharing transportation with ride hailing or taxis.
Two
Cool.
quick comments on that, by the way, just real quickly. I don't know. There is no Uber in Israel. It's a regulated market, and therefore it's not even available. So there are markets where Uber is actually not there as a competitor. Also, we're here on Ariel University campus, and I recently discovered that a lot of the carpools that bring students here, they actually charge other members of the carpool to pay for the gas. So they're already doing this anyway. If they had the app, it could be that much more efficient. Thank you, Lisa. And Mike, anything for this team, WeBus?
Yeah, Gilad, it's good to see you again. We, in the middle of COVID, we had 2 or 3 calls, and I loved the idea. And I was thinking, how in the world in the COVID is this going to work? And yet you guys are making it work. And COVID is, thank God it is beginning to decline. There's something, a couple of things you said where I want to congratulate you on the progress. There's the 1,000 customers, and then there's the $14 customer acquisition cost for the $113 lifetime value. And so in so many businesses, when you can get an 8-to-1 return, you do that all the time. And so I love that momentum. My question is you think about the next city, is what is going to be the cost of getting the capacity and getting the taxi drivers recruited into the system? How do you think about that? If you're going to spend money on scaling the customers where your lifetime value numbers are good, how do you make sure that you have enough taxis built into the system?
Well, so far, I can say in Israel that taxi drivers is the least of our problems.
Okay.
We have a lot of cooperations. One way is approaching directly to taxi drivers, and they're very cooperative. Not all of them, but enough for the service to work properly. And the other way is to find partners. In Israel, we have a taxi station in Eilat that is cooperating with us with about 140 taxis. We have also another taxi station cooperating with us in the Sharon area, and is also have a lot of connections all around Israel, and is partnering with us to find taxi drivers wherever we want to go. We also have a connection with someone from Kiev, Ukraine. Obviously now we don't know what's going on with him, with the war and everything. We lost connection. I hope it will all go well. And he wants to bring WeBus to Kiev. So hopefully the war will end, and it will be a very attractive market to go into.
Actually,
Avi, let me just ask a quick follow-up.
Go ahead.
you know, if I were a normal taxi driver, I'd be either thinking about signing up with Get or Uber if there was an Uber, because traditional taxi driving has got to be getting harder. And so it would seem to me that if they signed up with WeBus, doesn't that give them like a new way of life? You know, you would offer them hope from getting crushed by Get or getting crushed by someone like an Uber.
Yeah, I think, as I said in the presentation, this is a win-win situation. So each one of the customers pays much less than Uber or ride hailing in general. And also the driver earns more per each ride. So for example, if each of the customers pay $5 instead of 10, and we collect 15, and the driver gets from 3 passengers, he get $12 instead of 10, then everybody are winning from it. So also the taxi driver is very happy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations, guys. Good work.
Thanks.
And congratulations to you guys and to all the teams.